I'd like to introduce my first speaker. This is Ms. Annaick Maubouyi from Gabon. Annaick is representing Arizona State University.
Ikua! 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 Yeah!
Yes, please.
3.5 billion. That's the number of web users around the world. 73% of women have already been exposed to or have experienced some form of online violence. 0. That's the number of laws that exist in my country, Gabon, to protect citizens against cybercrime. My determination to raise awareness on cybercrime came following a phone call from my friend Lily. Her phone had just been stolen, and inside that phone were naked pictures of her. She was panic-stricken. She burst into tears and asked me one simple question: what do I do now? I couldn't answer because back then, I didn't know. And so I shared her stories with some IT experts. And this is how they responded. Well, it's unfortunate for your friend. There's nothing we can do. Just tell her to be more careful next time. Plus, who does that? I felt so bad for her. I talked about it with my director because I work for a state agency specialized in the digital sector, and I work for the Department of Security and Information. And my director decided we would organize an awareness campaign on cybercrime. And I've been working on that campaign for the last months. And what I've realized is that so many people, especially women, had been victims of cybercrime in Gabon. And so I decided I would create a network for women to discuss the dangers of the internet and how they can protect themselves. And this network will have 3 main targets. First, women. I want to share best practices with women on how to use their smartphones, their computers. Because for me, knowledge is power. There have been so many cases of women who have seen their reputation ruined, their dignity shattered, after someone posted naked pictures of them on social media. My second target are men. Men are often behind what we call revenge porn. They post naked pictures of their ex online. And what motivates them is the desire to humiliate their victim, the desire to destroy their victim. My dear male fellows, you have to understand that such behavior is unacceptable. You have to realize that you have a mother, maybe a sister, a daughter, who could also one day be victim of revenge porn. So before deciding to post naked pictures of your ex, just think about your mom, your sister, your daughter, and the negative impact the diffusion of such images could have in your lives. My third target is the parliament. I want the Gabonese parliament to adopt laws to protect citizens against cybercrime. The digital sector will never be a key sector for socioeconomic development in Gabon if Gabon fails to protect its own citizens. I do not want to have to tell my daughters they cannot go on the internet because the risks are too high for them. It isn't fair. Back to Lily's story. Her pictures have not been released yet, but who knows? Maybe one day she'll be appointed in a very important position, and these pictures will suddenly reappear. Just like what happened this year to that lady in Rwanda who was running to become president, but whose campaign was destroyed after the release of naked pictures of her on social media. My dear female fellows, be extremely careful when you use your smartphones, your computers. You know, we often think it only happens to others until it happens to us. My dear fellows, I'll leave you with this quote of Ban Ki-moon. There is one universal truth applicable to all countries, all cultures, all communities: violence against women.
It's never acceptable, never excusable, never tolerable.
And this also applies to online violence. I thank you.